Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Priyanshu Agrawal and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now we are going to solve today's Lead Code Daily Challenge, which is partition labels. Okay, so let's see what is this question and how we can solve it. So in this question, you are given a string S and we want to partition the string into as many as parts as possible so that each letter appears in at most one part. For example, if you have been given with a string something like this A, B, B, C, C. So this can be partitioned in the way A, B, A, B and C, C. Because A should occur only in one part, B should occur only in one part and C should occur only in at most one part. So in this way we can partition this string. But partitions like A, B, A and then B, C, C and AB and CC are invalid because in this A is occurring in only one partition but B is occurring in two partitions. In this A is also occurring in two partitions, B is also occurring in two partitions. So we cannot partition a string something like this. We need to partition in the way that a character should occur in at most one partition. Okay, and note that the partition is done so that after concatenating all the parts in order, the resultant string should be S. So that if we concatenate all the partitions, then we should get our resultant string as S. Okay, and return a list of integers representing the size of these parts. Okay, so what do you need to return? You need to return the list of integers which represents the size of these parts. So let's say if you have partitioned this string in these parts, so what will be its answer? The size of this part is 4, the size of this part is 2. So you need to return this list of integers. Okay, so let's see it with this example. So you have been given with this string of length 24. So you need to check, you need to return the partition lengths. Okay, but we need, so how we can partition this string? So like the last occurrence and the first occurrence of a character should be in the same part, right? Because a character can occur in at most one part. So its last and first occurrence should be there in the single part only. Okay, so it means we need to keep track of our last occurrence of a character. So we can create a map. Okay, so let's start creating our map. So yeah, as we need to keep the track of the last occurrence, so we can start from the iterating from the end, or you can start from iterating from the start as well, no issues. But let's see. So yeah, J, yeah, we have got J. So let's update its last occurrence as 23. If a character is not there in the map, only then we will update it. Otherwise we will not, because it has been already updated with its last occurrence. Okay, let's say CI, yeah, I is also not there in the map, so update its last occurrence. L is also not there in the map. K is also not there in the map. H is also not there in the map. J, yeah, is already there in the map. It means its last occurrence has already been updated, so let's skip it. I has already been updated. H already been updated. E, no, so let's update it. D, updated. G, updated. E, already been updated. F, no, so let's update it. E, already been updated. D, already updated. A, let's update it. C, let's update it. A, already been updated. B, 5. C, already updated. B, already updated. A, already updated. Okay, so in this way we can create a map which will keep the track of the last occurrence of all the characters in this string. Okay, okay, now let's start iterate. So we need to check the partition start and partition end, obviously, to find the length of a partition. So let's say we will start initialize two variables, partition start and partition end. Okay, now let's start iterating in this string to check for the partitions. Okay, so let's say if initially we are at this index. Okay, so if we are at this index, then what will be the partition end? Obviously the partition end will be the last occurrence of this character, because we cannot end this partition something like this. We can end this partition at least this length. We have to extend this partition to at least this length, because this character can occur only in a single partition. Okay, So when we start iterating in this, so we will update its partition end with the last occurrence of that character, and the last occurrence of A is 8, so we will update it with 8. Okay, so let's say I will also start writing the pseudo code. So we have started iterating in the end, and what we will do, we will update our partition end with maximum of partition and let's say map of S of I, right? Okay, and after that what we need to check, we need to see if this is something like we have got our complete partition or not. So can we consider it as a complete partition? No. Why? Because we also need to check for these characters, because let's say in this partition I think all the B and C also occurs in this partition only, but let's say this is B and some B was also somewhere at this point, then this partition can't be ended here. We need to extend this partition, right? So we need to check for all the middle characters as well. Okay, but how we will get to know that if this is a partition, and we will see that as well. Okay, now we are at here B. Okay, so let's see if our partition end is already the maximum value or we need to update something. So map of S of I, B is 5. Oh, it is already the 8, so we will not update it. Okay, now let's come to 8A again. In the end value of A is already 8, so skip it. B, for B also we have checked for C. Okay, so the end value of C is 7. Okay, now we also need to update it again, maximum of 8 and 7, which will again remain 8 only. Now B we have already checked for B. Now A already checked, C already checked, A already checked. Okay, so it means we have came to end of our partition. We can consider this as a single partition. But how we will get to know that? Okay, so we will need to check if I is equals to partition end. You can see like I is 7 here, sorry, I is 8 here, and our partition end is also 8 here. It means the maximum occurrence of a character in this partition is equal to the current character occurrence. So it means we have came to our end of our partition and we can consider this as a single partition. So what we will do, we will simply push that partition in our result. So what will be the partition? I, the index at which we are here, minus start, partition start plus 1 will give us the length of the partition, and now our partition start will be I plus 1. Now our partition start will get updated with 9, right? It will be I plus 1. This is our if condition. Cool. So in this way we have got our one partition. So what is there in our result now? It is 8, right? Okay, now let's start complete this iteration. So now we are at this index 9th. So we will again update our partition and with maximum partition end comma map of S of I. It means last index of D. Okay, so let's check the last index of D, which is 14. Okay, so let's update our partition end with 14. Okay, now let's check for another index E, whose last index is 15. Okay, we will again need to update this with 15. Now let's check for F, its last index is 11, already maximum value. Now let's move on to E again, we have already checked. Let's move on to G, its last index is 13, already the maximum value. Now let's check for D, already checked. Okay, now let's check for E again, it's already 15. Oh wait, now our I value is 15, partition end is also 15. Okay, so we all again need to go in this condition. Result of, we need to update our result vector with I 15, partition start 9 plus 1, which will give you 7, right? And 15 minus 9 6 plus 1 7. Okay, now again our partition start is pointing to I plus 1, which is 16, right? So now our partition start has become 16. Now again check for the last occurrence of H, which is 19. Let's update our partition end. Now let's check for a next occurrence of next character occurrence, which is I, which is 22. Let's update. Now for J, which is 23, let's update again. Now H, which is 19, already the maximum value. K, 20 already the maximum value, L 21 already the maximum value, I 22, J 23. Oh, now again I is 23, partition end is 23. It means we are satisfying this condition. We need to again update our result with I 23 minus partition start 16 plus 1, which will become 8. Okay. Oh, so let me, just a second, like here one partition was ending where partition end was 8. So 8 minus partition start was 0 and plus 1. So our the length of first partition should be 9, not 8. So our final answer is 978, and let's match it with the given output. Yeah, 978, right? So in this way you can get the length of all the partitions satisfying the given condition that every character should occur in at most one partition only. Okay, so let's see its code. Its code is also quite similar to the pseudocode I have shown you. So we will initialize a map which will keep the track of the last index, and will update the map only if that character has not been pushed till now, and then initialize two variables, partition end, partition start, and update the partition end with the maximum of partition end comma last occurrence of that character. And if we are at the end of the partition, then update the length of that partition in the result and update the partition start, and by the end of this loop simply return the result. So now let's talk about its time and space complexity. So its time complexity will be big of n, as we are just doing a single iteration. We can say 2n, like for this is one iteration and this is one iteration. So it will be 2n, which is equivalent to big of n only. And its space complexity will be big of 26, as we are using this map which will store at most 26 characters. So yeah, this was all for this question. I hope you get it, but if you still have any doubts, then you can post in the comment section. I will surely try to answer them. Till then, bye guys, see you in the next video.